Have you ever felt that you're living in a dream that isn't yours? As if, with every passing day, that version of you once imagined fades a little more. You wake up, stare at the ceiling, and a sense of emptiness settles in your chest. You go through the routine, do what's expected. But inside you, something screams. It screams because it knows you were born for more. Because that inner voice, that forgotten spark, remembers a future you once saw, even if you don't know how to get there. And no, it's not laziness, it's not a lack of talent, it's not that you're less than others. It's that you've been programmed to look outward when the true power was always within you. Today, I'm going to reveal something many ignore. Something that has been hidden, scorned, or ridiculed by those who know that if you discover it, you'll be free. Today, you're going to remember how reality is transformed. Not through brutal effort, but through the mind. More than that, through the soul. You don't need anything outside of you to change your destiny. The only thing you need is to visualize. But careful, I'm not talking about daydreaming. I'm talking about an ancient spiritual technology, a forgotten key that opens portals to dormant realities, a secret used by mystics, elite athletes, visionary leaders, and also by the ancient initiates. Because what we call visualization today, the ancients called conscious creation. And its power is so immense, it can alter matter, change the course of events, and rewrite your story from the heart. Think about this. Every thought you have, every image that repeats in your mind, is a command you give the universe. Your mind doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's imagined. If you see a scene with enough detail, if you feel it, if you live it, your body reacts. Your energy changes, your decisions transform, and reality responds. Imagine for a moment walking toward that version of you you've always wanted to be. But don't imagine it like someone watching a movie. Do it like someone entering a temple. Observe the details, the ground beneath your feet, the light surrounding you, the air you breathe. Feel the peace. Feel the power. Feel that you're already there. That sensation that just ran through your body. That's not fantasy. That's a code. It's a spiritual anchor that connects your mind with a timeline where that is already real. And the more you visit it, the more real it becomes. Because this isn't about attracting things. It's about becoming the one who is aligned with them. It's about remembering the version of you that already exists on another plane. A version that lives with passion, that loves deeply, that creates without fear and hasn't forgotten what it came to do on this earth. And this is where many get lost, because they think visualization is positive thinking, or repeating soulless affirmations. True visualization is an act of power, of inner magic. It's a silent ceremony in which you take the helm of your subconscious and tell it, "This is who we are now." And do you know what's most striking? Your subconscious obeys. It doesn't reason, it doesn't question, it only follows the script you hand to it. Now, tell me, what story are you telling your mind every day? The story of a resigned soul, or the story of an awakened being who remembers their power? Visualizing is like cracking a fissure in the matrix of what's established. It's defying the voices that told you you can't. It's looking your fears in the face and answering, "I decide who I am." Many of the great spiritual masters didn't speak directly about visualization, but all of them, without exception, practiced it. When Jesus said, "Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have already received it and it will be yours," he wasn't talking about praying from lack. He was talking about feeling that you already have it. about vibrating at the frequency of the reality you desire. That, my friend, is visualization. The ancient Egyptians, in their mystery schools, trained their initiates for years to master the art of the mental image. Because they knew that whoever masters their inner vision masters their outer destiny. And now you, in the heart of the 21st century, can access that power. No temples, no gurus, you only need to close your eyes and remember. Because this isn't learned, it's remembered, it's in you, it always was. But there's something more. There is a point of no return. A moment, a visualization so intense, so vivid, so real, that something inside you changes forever. It's like crossing an invisible threshold. From that moment on, your soul refuses to go back to the previous state. You have seen what you are capable of being, and the universe has seen it with you. That's when things start happening. Unexpected encounters, ideas that appear out of nowhere, paths that open where before there were only walls. It's not coincidence. It's your new frequency bringing new realities. But here's the warning. Don't visualize out of anxiety. Don't visualize out of urgency. Visualize from the certainty that it's already yours, from gratitude, from peace. When you visualize from fear, you create more fear. When you do it from fullness, you open doors you couldn't see before. Imagine now that you're in an ancient forest, one of those places where time stops. You're alone. You walk. In the distance you see a light. You approach, and there, carved in stone, is your name, and a phrase. You created this. What would you feel if you knew that everything you're living now was visualized by you at some point? Your victories, your defeats, your relationships, your achievements. Everything was sown in the mind before sprouting in the world. You are not a victim. You are the author. And you can also rewrite the script. Close your eyes. Breathe. Return to that place within you where everything is possible. Visualize again. But this time, do it with your heart on fire. With the certainty that you are remembering your true origin. You are a creator, an architect of realities, an interdimensional traveler who came to this plane to manifest beauty, love, and truth. And visualization is your magic wand. Use this power. Don't underestimate it. Humanity forgot it. But you can recover it, because the change you long for outside begins in the invisible world of your thoughts. Change your mind, and you will change your world. Visualize, feel, create, and never, ever forget. The reality you live today was, yesterday, only a thought. Now think, what thoughts are you going to plant today, so they bloom tomorrow? But what I've told you so far is only the surface. Because if you dare to go deeper, you'll discover that visualization doesn't just shape your outer reality. It awakens forgotten memories of your soul. Has it ever happened to you that you dream of a place you don't know, yet it feels strangely familiar? Or that when you close your eyes, an image appears with such force it seems to come from another life? It's not a coincidence. Visualization, when practiced with devotion and surrender, becomes a bridge to dimensions your rational mind cannot explain. Some call it an inner journey, others conscious projection, and the oldest simply called it remembrance. Because deep down, you're not imagining anything. You're remembering what already is, what always was, what, in some invisible layer of time, has already happened. Modern science is only beginning to study what spiritual traditions have known for millennia. Your consciousness is not limited by the body or by time. It's connected to an infinite field of possibilities. And when you visualize, you're touching that field. You're moving invisible threads that sooner or later begin to manifest in the theater of the physical.
But have you asked yourself why, in spite of this, there are those who visualize and achieve nothing? The answer is uncomfortable but necessary. They visualize from the ego, from the desperate need to control, to possess, to fill voids. And that, far from expanding you, traps you even more. Because true visualization doesn't arise from wanting, it arises from being. It's not, I want to be successful. It's, I feel I am already aligned with my purpose. It's not, I need love. It's, I am already love and I attract from that frequency. Do you see the difference? One is born from fear, the other from recognition. Now then, there's a key almost no one mentions, and it's absolutely essential. Silence. Yes, silence, because before projecting any image, you need to clear the channel. You can't visualize clearly if your mind is saturated with noise, stimuli, outside voices. Silence is not just the absence of sound, it's total presence. It's the space where intuition speaks, and where the right image, not a forced one, begins to reveal itself on its own. And do you know what happens when you reach that state? You start receiving, not inventing, not building from scratch. You receive because your soul already knows. Your soul has already seen what must be, what you came to live. Visualization then becomes a communion with your true path, and you don't have to understand everything, nor force anything. It's enough to trust, because there is a higher intelligence that has already designed your purpose. And when you visualize in coherence with that purpose, everything flows, as if doors opened by themselves, as if the pieces of the puzzle fit together effortlessly. And there's still more. When you visualize, you're not only transforming your life, you're affecting the collective field. Your thoughts don't stay in you. They expand, they intertwine, they vibrate in the invisible web that unites all humanity. That's why it's so important that you visualize not only for yourself, but for the world. Can you imagine if every person dedicated just 5 minutes a day to visualizing a planet in harmony? Clean cities, humans awakening, nature flourishing again, souls collaborating from love. The field would change, and the field eventually changes everything. You don't need to wait for the world to get better to feel peace. Feel peace, and you'll start to make the world better. And here, something even deeper comes into play: vibrational coherence. Because it's useless to visualize health if inside you're full of resentment. You can't attract abundance if you vibrate in complaint. You can't create beauty if you punish yourself inside. The image without the right emotion is only smoke. But when emotion, intention, and image align, then the miracle happens. And I'll tell you clearly, this isn't cheap mysticism. This is emotional quantum physics. You are an antenna. What you emit, you receive. And visualization is the conscious calibration of that antenna. And here comes one of the greatest secrets. The body visualizes too. Yes, not only the mind. Your body stores memories, and it also emits frequencies. That's why, when you visualize, involve your body. Breathe as if you were already there. Move like someone who has already achieved it. Walk like someone who has already healed. The body begins to integrate that reality, and over time, mind and matter align. This is the true art of living in a future present. And I'll leave you with something no one says, but that makes all the difference. Visualize the obstacles too. Yes, you heard right. Don't deny difficulty. Visualize it, look at it, overcome it in your mind before it happens. Do you know why? Because that trains your consciousness not to collapse at the first stumble. Life won't always be linear. But if you have already seen the obstacle and already seen yourself overcoming it, then when it comes, it won't be a threat. It will be one more step. And that's where you become an alchemist. You don't just create sweet realities, you transform the lead of crises into gold of evolution. And that, my friend, isn't learned in any book. It's lived, it's embodied, it's breathed. So now you know. Visualizing is not a game, it is an art, a sacred discipline, an act of spiritual power. Do it with respect, with presence, with faith. And always remember this: your eyes can see the world as it is, but your soul can see it as it could be. And between both worlds, there is a bridge. That bridge is you. Visualize, feel, believe, and then walk. Because the universe has already heard you, and reality, little by little, is already being rewritten in your favor. And just when you think you've understood everything, there is one last piece, one last level that only a few access. It's the moment when you understand you're not here just to visualize your own life. You're here to remember. Remember that your soul chose this incarnation, that you signed a pact before you were born, and that every deep desire burning inside you is an echo of that sacred memory. Because, listen to this carefully, you don't visualize to attain something. You visualize to become who you were before the forgetting. And that forgetting, dear traveler, is what keeps humanity asleep. But you are awakening. And when you awaken, you realize that every image you have held in your mind, every vision you have protected in silence while the world called you crazy, was actually a coded message from the soul. A message that said, keep going. You're not finished yet. Now you understand why you never fully fit in. Why sometimes you feel this world is not your true home. Because you're here to rebuild it from the inside. And your most powerful tool is not force, nor logic, nor blind effort. It's your vision, your sacred imagination, your radical faith in the invisible. And now there's only one thing left to tell you. Don't tell it. Don't explain it. Don't try to convince anyone. Because this knowledge isn't shared through words. It is transmitted through vibration. Be the living proof. Be the silent evidence that the world really can change. Be the luminous crack through which others will also begin to see. And when reality begins to fold to your vision, when the impossible becomes everyday, when you look around and see that everything you once imagined now surrounds you, that day, smile. Because it won't be magic, it will be consequence. Now, yes, we've reached the end, or perhaps the true beginning. If this journey has resonated with you, subscribe. Not for me, for you. Because this channel is not just another place. It's a refuge for souls who are remembering. And if you've made it this far, I want to know. Leave me this phrase in the comments: I am the bridge between what is and what will be. That will be our secret sign, our silent mark of recognition. Thank you for being here, for feeling, for opening your mind and your heart. Now go out there and don't live just another life. Create yours. See you on the next journey. Or maybe we're already seeing each other on another plane.